Hey, welcome to another great episode of Get in the Flow. I'm the architect.
This is Doc.
Hey, we're going to have an amazing show for you today. So get ready to get in the flow.
Awesome.
Good morning and welcome to another great episode of Get in the Flow. We're kicking your assets in gear. This is Doc.
Yes, sir.
I'm the architect.
Yeah.
And today we have a really special, you guys are probably like, who's that guy over there?
Right.
Well, this is the very first time ever. We actually have an in-house guest with us this morning, Armando Martinez with Savage. What is it? Simply Savage Solutions.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. All right. So this is going to be an awesome interview. We're excited to have you in the studio with us this morning.
Yeah,
and
happy to be here. Place is amazing. Look what you guys have done.
Oh, amazing.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. I mean, it's so fancy.
Yeah.
You've splurged a little bit.
Yeah. You guys have done well.
Thank you.
No,
All right.
We are honored to have you. We really are. For our viewers, this is Armando. He is in Albuquerque, so we are just honored to have him. This is like the coolest thing that happened, that you were able to find us. I think it was you finding us in our videos, and then reaching out. And again, it's an honor to have you, man.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm excited.
Happy to be here. Yeah.
Well, let me tell them a little bit about you.
Please.
I'll give you a little introduction. So now, what you guys don't know, Armando used to be a firefighter, just recently retired, and he and his buddy sitting in the garage, because the garage is the absolute best place to invent anything. All right. So this guy's an inventor. I mean, an inventor. He's a garage inventor. It started right there in the garage. Love that. So Simply Savage Solutions, he got together with his partner and they came up with this really cool hunting gadget called the Bow Hitch that if you're an archer, you absolutely know that carrying your bow sucks.
That's
sucks.
Right. Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, carrying your bow is terrible. So you need a small person next to you that you can just have them hold the bow so you can pull it back forward. It doesn't work like that. You actually have to pull the bow and operate the bow yourself. But so Bow Hitch is a solution. And they created the Bow Hitch. You can see it on his hat. You can see it on his shirt right there. It's pretty cool.
Dude,
this is the live demonstration. It's more than just a shirt and a hat. It's pretty cool. I've actually seen these things. Man, it's great to have you.
Yeah, so happy to be here. Such a small world. Albuquerque, we have it's a diamond in the rough, and so I'm blessed to be surrounded by and finding like-minded people, especially after the blocks, to be able to bounce ideas off of and to say, hey, what are you doing? Where are you at? Is this working for you? Is it not? So to me, that's my favorite part about this whole thing, is being able to connect. And I have this connection, you have that connection, and let's just network. And that's how we've gotten our business up, is just handshakes and and just a personal connection with people to continue to grow.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I know we are going to definitely have like an actual demonstration later on. I know you don't have product with you right now, but we are for sure going to upload a video with you demonstrating it. But in an essence, like, can you do the best explanation you can of what it is and maybe kind of how you thought of the idea and actually made it come to fruition of making the product, and a little bit of your journey maybe?
Sure.
Right?
So I'm going to assume that most of the people watching are not archers. So the best analogy that I can come up with is, just bear with me for a second. I'll keep it brief, but picture a door and then picture the small door stop that goes on the door. The door stop is there when you need it. It's going to hold the door open when you need it to. It serves a purpose and a function. However, when you don't need it, you put the door stop up and you never know it's there.
Right.
So it weighs minimal. It's nothing compared to the entire door. However, it's a tool that if you don't have it, it's going to suck.
Wow.
So
So how much does a bow typically weigh?
Between 5 and 7 pounds.
Okay. And when you're out trekking through up and down hills and everything else, carrying a 5 to 7 pound bow
Doesn't sound like a lot
for miles to track elk.
Days. Yeah.
Days.
Yes.
And you're holding this bow like this. What does a Bow Hitch do for you?
Yeah. So what the Bow Hitch does is that's the doorstop. It's there when you want to use it. You connect the Bow Hitch, which attaches to your bow, to your backpack. And so now your bow is always at the ready, and the weight of the bow is being distributed upon your backpack
Instead of your arms.
instead of your hand carrying it from side to side on your backpack over your shoulders. So when you're in there before the bow hitch, you're just switching from hand to hand. You're doing whatever you can, and every time you have to stop to call, to glass, to do whatever you got to do, you're putting your bow in the dirt. So,
That's awesome.
Okay.
yeah. So now it just continually hangs from you.
See,
without
that's
you carrying
cool.
it. It's awesome.
That's just
It
cool.
is.
Yes,
It
it
is.
is.
I mean,
I see, and again, not being a hunter, I want to be. My father-in-law is an avid hunter. I know he would love this project. I already know. But for me, it's like you don't think about it. I would never think about that stuff, and it seems so simple. But again, there was a need there, and it's you seeing a need, but actually making it happen. And I think that's what a lot of what we try to present to our viewers is. We are trying to build this mindset of like, there's so many amazing people out there that have great ideas. Maybe they don't, maybe they come up with one tomorrow, but how can you take it and make it come to fruition? What did that look like for you where it was just like, that's a good idea, let's do it?
Yeah, it's an amazing journey that is boring, right?
Oh,
It's just a, hey,
Right.
this is gonna work. So I made the first one in my garage. I took it hunting, and the guys I was hunting with were like, dude, what is that? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I don't know, but I made it.
I don't know.
Carry my bow, because we didn't have a name for it. Even like a year in, we didn't have a name.
Wow.
And so we were like,
All the guys were like,
Yeah.
"Can you make me one?"
yes. So I used it, and
Wow.
a few days in, I was like, oh my gosh, this thing, it works. Like,
Yeah.
this is so cool. And by the end, everybody was like, dude,
They're all like,
why didn't you?
"Man, this
make
sucks."
me-" Yes. Carrying your bow sucks. Our quote, our
Your tagline.
slogan, our tagline, carrying your bow sucks. So
I love that.
just,
Dude.
it's just a simple concept.
Yeah.
All right, so here's
Yeah.
here's what's cool. So our audience is kind of we're talking to a lot of young entrepreneurs, startups, or people that have ideas. They're
Yes.
probably working. Like you were a
Yeah.
firefighter. You
Yeah.
weren't a business person.
No.
Your
not at
partner
all.
wasn't a business guy.
Still not.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're figuring
Yeah, we're
things.
still not.
Yeah, you're figuring things out, right? So I think a lot of people when they're afraid to take something to market because they're not business people and they don't know what that means. So let's talk about what that looks like. Like, what are some of the baby steps that you've got to
Sure.
go through that you guys have gone through?
Lots of questions, lots of reading, lots of watching, but just keep in mind, like for me, everybody has an idea as to what has to happen. Those are recommendations the way I see it. So we could have 50 people in here and 50 of us could go about it differently, and 50 of us can still succeed
Right,
because we end up at the same place.
right.
So
Wow.
just be patient with yourself is what I would say. I understand I don't know. And even the other day, my kids were like, I told them, hey, I'm going to do X. And they're like, have you ever done that? I was like, well, no, but I'm going to figure it out.
Right.
Like, we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah,
So don't worry about it. Like, we're going to do it.
yeah.
And so just do that. That would be my recommendation, because every time I speak to a professional in the field, they say, just start.
Just get started.
Just try it.
That's good.
I bought a new camera, and I've met with a couple professional photographers, and they're like, just do it. And I'm like, that's why I'm here, because I don't know how to, I want to skip all that.
Yep.
But hands on, you won't know how to shoot a bow until you practice.
Exactly.
No matter what I teach you, it doesn't matter until you do it.
And
So-
you get better as you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're going to understand. Yeah, it won't click for you if I explain you how to shoot a bow. The minute
So-
you do it, you'll get it.
Step one is just starting with
start.
something.
Just start. Don't overcomplicate it, and don't judge yourself to anybody else. Just do what you can, and if it doesn't work, then you pivot. And if
Okay.
it doesn't work, pivot.
Okay.
And
All right. So step
That's
one,
awesome.
you would say,
start.
get started.
Yeah.
Get an
start.
idea. Just get started with something.
Right.
All right. So then what would we do to go into like step two?
So step two is you're going to say, okay, this is working for me or this isn't. And then you put more effort into what is working,
Okay.
get rid of what wasn't, and how can I improve on that?
Okay.
And then you're ready for step two is, cool,
the
now I
fact.
have a different product,
Okay.
and I'm improving it and improving it and improving it.
Okay.
And it's just a circle that you're going to continue doing.
So you're just building stuff and breaking it.
That's it.
I
You're
love
bending it. You know,
Yeah.
you're molding it to work better for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So at the beginning, I would say you have a very pliable piece of clay that you're working with, and you just continue molding it until it comes out the way you want.
Okay.
I love that. Like what comes to my mind again is like a high level professional in a giant hospital in the state. Like that started from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, in the like the what I would call like the normal job goer, doer, like myself, professional. It's hard for me to think that took insane amounts of time to build. I just think about it where I go. I go to work, I do my job. That's where it's at right now. The insane amount of work, the startup, so to speak, of what took to get there.
Yeah,
that's
You
a
gotta
lot.
think about that.
Yes,
To make a
absolutely.
hospital happen, that took a huge amount of work, right?
Absolutely.
And so it's like you have to start getting yourself in that mindset. And I never thought about that until honestly starting a few months ago to start getting in this mindset. Like I'm more than just the guy that shows up my 10 hours. Like let's think about this entire realm and journey of what just the job that I'm in. It's going to take time. And that's what you have to start to get into in the entrepreneurial space is like, it's going to take time. I'm not going to be Bill Gates tomorrow, but I'm going to be able to work it, trim the fat, work it again, build it, break it. It's going to be a journey. And I think that's a huge thing that we got to get.
Dude, I'm just thinking I'm not going to be Bill Gates ever. So,
We should be good at what we
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
If you ever saw me try to code a computer, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay,
It's a
so
journey.
all right. So our first step was start.
Start.
You got an idea, so
Yeah.
start. Second idea is all right. Now make it, and you're making it. Now you're breaking it. You're fixing it. You're breaking it. You're fixing it. You're breaking it. You're just improving the product.
That's it.
Okay, so what would you say your third step would be?
I would throw in like in between each step, be patient with yourself
Mhm.
because there's always something you forgot and you're like, I can't believe I made it this way when like just be
Right.
patient. So for us, we're fortunate that we both have careers
Right.
and I'm not relying on, I need to make this work
Right.
because I might have come out with a lesser product.
Sure.
So be patient with yourself, put yourself in a position that
That's awesome.
if all your eggs are in a basket, it better be good because you might only get one shot.
Right.
So we're fortunate that we're able to be patient, and when something is right, we're able to bring it out.
Now you guys both
It's huge.
are both currently working, or
He's
you
still
just
working, and I just retired.
you just retired?
Yes.
And he's still working.
Yes.
Okay. So this is still a side gig. It doesn't support you.
Oh
yet.
no, not at all. No.
Okay.
It floats itself.
Yeah.
So the traveling we have to do and the shows we go to, it pays for itself.
Okay.
But we're not cashing checks. Like we've never taken a penny from it. We're still,
Sure.
basically
Yes.
flat right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is a great place to be, honestly, compared to a lot of businesses.
Right.
We've come out of pocket for everything, and it's been a slow grind. But I think just that's kind of the beautiful part about it is
I love it.
it's I don't know anybody anything. Nobody has input as to what we do,
Yeah.
and people love the direction we're heading and what we've done so far. So it's exciting. It's just sky's the limit.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
huge.
coming. It's coming.
So
I like it.
are you? Where do your sales come from mostly?
Internet based.
Okay.
Yeah, our website, thebowhitch.com, and we go to quite a bit of 3D archery shoots, which essentially most people don't know what a 3D archery.
Yeah, I was like,
shoot is.
what is
so
that?
Everybody knows what golf is.
Yeah.
So you go out to a course, you get in a cart, and you drive around the course, and you hit balls from. So this is essentially going out typically to a ski resort
Okay.
or a big opening like that, but at a ski resort. You get your bow and arrow, you start at the bottom, the ski lift takes you up, you walk down the ski lifts,
Okay.
and you shoot different targets on the way down.
Really?
So it's
That's
essentially
cool.
golf with the bow and arrow.
Absolutely.
So there's
Really?
different ranges, there's different animals, there's different setups.
Holy
You're shooting
cow.
through trees. Sometimes it's a big wide open fairway, if you will. And
So it keeps you active when you're not in the season.
yeah, so this is the best
That's
practice you can get
Oh,
because
that's
you're
cool.
actually shooting at an elk or an antelope
Dude.
or whatever.
In the
It's
environment.
in the environment.
Yes.
You're tired. You're carrying your bow. You're carrying your backpack, and that's the
Bro.
best practice you can get.
All right. So you want to hear something cool? So I'm in for my first elk hunt.
Oh man!
Right now, I'm waiting on
the
waiting to find out if we're getting it. The results are coming.
Dude, don't tease me.
So I know, man. So I'm like, so I'm excited. So my buddy's got a place that he likes to go to up northern New Mexico,
Uh-huh.
And so I've been like itching
Yeah.
to hook up with you, man.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. That's
yeah.
my life. That's what
all
I
right,
do.
man. So I see
awesome.
I see 3D hunts coming in my
Oh,
future.
Absolutely.
There's a couple in New Mexico coming up soon, so you got to do it.
Yeah.
It'll prepare
That's
you.
huge.
So
It's like going into surgery on a dummy
Yep.
with yeah,
Oh.
it's amazing, dude.
Get
This
that
is
practice.
awesome.
Get that chiseled practice. Oh, that's sweet, man.
This is actual like hands on deck.
This
type
is
of-
cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Yeah.
All right, so you guys have been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah. We're starting
And-
year 3 now.
All right, so what's next for Bow Hitch? For Simply
We have
Savage?
another product coming out,
Okay.
so we're improving still upon. We have a 2.0 coming out for the Bow Hitch.
Okay.
So that's going to be improved upon a little bit.
Will you get rid of the first one, or is it going to be
No, it's improved
completely
upon.
separate?
No, it's the same, just better.
Okay.
It's the same
Nice.
product. We're
Okay,
just
yeah.
adding to it.
Certain features,
Okay.
yeah.
So another feature. We have a
Sweet,
couple
man.
features coming out to add as we expand. What we thought our audience was going to be was a Western hunter carrying their bow in Wyoming, Montana, New Mexico, Arizona.
Right.
Yeah.
However, the Eastern hunters actually anywhere east of the Mississippi are eating it up and loving it because they could use it in a tree stand and saddle hunting, just different types of hunting that I never
Sweet.
thought they would do. So
Oh,
that's forcing us. It's kind of like the market tells you
Yes.
what
So-
you know. We're listening to the market and actually kind of
Wow.
adapting.
So Western hunting, you're trekking through the back country.
Correct.
Eastern hunting is tree stands.
It's predominantly stationary. You're up in a stand, and now they have a saddle, which is the saddle hunting
Yeah.
is you climb up into a tree,
Yeah.
and you basically sit in a swing seat,
Yeah.
and you pull away from the tree, so you're in a saddle with the tree as your base, and so you just pivot around the tree. So instead of facing away from the tree, you're facing the tree, and now
Because the old tree stands used to sit against the tree,
yes,
right?
so you can pivot around. So now with the bow hitch, the bow is always on your side instead of reaching up into the tree to pull it down. So we had no idea that this was, and that type of hunting is just coming up. So we're hitting it at the right time.
Incredible.
This is knowing your market.
Yes.
Oh,
It's knowing your
yes,
customers
absolutely.
and
What did that-
learning from your customers.
Right.
What did that look like?
That's
How
great.
did you even find that information out? Like by going to different shows, by researching it
Yeah,
online?
we've been to a couple of really, the ATA is like the biggest show for archery hunting in the world.
Okay.
So we went to that last year, got introduced to it because my partner and I have never hunted east. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
saw this for the first time and we're like, what the heck is
Yeah,
it? Like,
yeah.
that looks terrible. Like, why would you do that? And we started talking to people and they're like, oh yeah, this is going to be all the craze. It's so much easier. So instead of carrying a big tree stand,
Yeah.
you just carry this little saddle in your backpack. And
Is it like a sling? It's all
it's all put
it's
together.
all portable and
Yeah,
Wow.
they carry carbon fiber walking stick or trekking poles
okay.
type of things.
Uh-huh.
So they tie them against the tree and they climb up 20 feet, and then they sit in this saddle. And dude, it's just different. You know,
different.
For a Western
Sure.
hunter, it's a totally different animal.
Yeah.
But our market is telling us where we need to go.
Cool.
Along the lines of that,
That's-
we just created a sling that was going to work with a crossbow.
Right.
Crossbow's huge back east. Works with a scoped rifle. Like
Nice.
so, just developing.
Oh, so
slowly.
you're making it for the rifle also.
Yeah,
Oh.
This is cool, man.
it's awesome.
This is cool.
Yeah. So we're just expanding our product,
Yeah.
our product line to
Yeah.
be like our business name is Simply Savage Solutions. Like
Right.
this is a simple solution, you know,
Dude, that's
that all
fun.
of us have.
Are you having a blast?
I love it. It's I learn every day.
Yes.
I just really have to remind myself to be patient with myself, and like I'm learning. Just understand, like,
And this is your normal attire for your job now.
that's it.
You're not
Yeah.
wearing
I
you're
wanna
not
wear
wearing
this.
75 pounds
Yeah,
of gear.
no more,
Yeah.
man. It's I love it. I loved my career, and I'm just even loving more being retired.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah, it's
What
a tough
I-
career.
Probably one of the like most special things that I'm coming up with, just hearing your story and listening to this, is like there isn't any. I mean, desperation can be a big thing too, but it's just nice to see that it doesn't have. You don't have to be desperate. You don't have to be
Right.
like grasping at straws.
Yes.
You can do and have this mellow approach upward that is that is safe and effective and nothing crazy. Like I said, you don't have to expect that you're going to go to the moon tomorrow. You have to have that patience, and it shows on you, man. It's really cool that this patience shows, and you're comfortable and you're loving the process, but you're growing and you're moving and it's fun.
How cool is it too? I mean, there's so many people out there that are teaching things to hate your job.
Oh man.
And it's like, dude, when you're building something, I think it's so cool that you guys are both firefighters, you've got full-time jobs, and you're doing this on the side until it supports you. And I get so upset when I hear people saying, hate your job, hate your job, hate your job, because all we're doing is sending people back into the workforce to hate their job and be miserable. Well, if you've got that kind of energy, how do you bring a positive energy into whatever it is you're creating?
Yeah,
no doubt.
Now, I mean, can you speak to that?
Absolutely.
Because you're like, you got great energy.
I did, 20 years in the fire service. The first half of my career was on a fire truck. The second half was as an arson investigator.
Oh, wow.
So I was in an office. So it was a different ballgame,
Yeah.
But you see it as you go to different stations, you go to different fire scenes. There's always, the sour apple, and it's really hard, but it just takes a mindset.
Yeah.
Like you're your own best friend, your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
So if you want to do something, if you have the energy and this is my goal, there should be nothing to stop you from it.
Right.
Awesome.
You might not make $1 million. Like I haven't made a penny off of it yet, but we're making progress. That's the thing. And it snowballs. And then I meet you guys and then something happens.
Right.
And then it just, so you don't know what's going to happen, but I've been happy every day I'm doing it.
That's
I don't
awesome.
go punch a clock and hate it. So I don't know if that answers your question.
No, I think it's great.
It's all a mindset is what it is. So be patient with yourself, trust yourself, and go for it. And that's what I would say about that.
Well, dude, Armando, this has been amazing. This has absolutely been amazing. We're gonna have to wrap up because I want to have you back.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We definitely want to have you back for sure.
Let's go shoot some bows.
Yes.
Well, for sure.
Live footage. Yeah. Get us a live footage. Yes.
So, how would people find you? I mean, how do they find Bow Hitch? How do they find Simply Savage?
The easiest way is thebowhitch.com. And if you guys are on social media, I do 99% of my stuff on Instagram. It's at the Bow Hitch. You have to put the.
Okay,
so
cool.
The Bow Hitch. Whatever I post to Instagram sometimes goes to Facebook, but I don't know how to use Facebook. So whatever's there, you go back to Instagram.
That's awesome.
Hitch, yeah.
We'll include those in the comments as well. So they'll be
you don't know how to use Facebook?
No.
Okay, so I'll tell you a joke before we finish up here. All right. So I recently heard that YouTube and Facebook and Twitter are actually going to be combining. It's called YouTwitface. All right, guys. This has been an awesome time with Armando here in the studio live. It's been another great episode of Get in the Flow. We're kicking your assets in gear. Make sure you go down below, subscribe, check out the Bow Hitch.
Yes.
Check him out online. Watch his video. He's actually got some really cool videos, and I think you're going to see a lot more of him because I'm going hunting with him. So
let's go.
We're going to have a great time.
Let's go.
So we're gonna build some great memories. But guys, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Get in the flow.
Get in the flow. Thanks, guys.
Go get it, guys. Go get it.